What is up, RZ Jones 18 fans? Welcome to Summer Series part number 3. This is just a series every year where we all get together and talk about toys and we talk about stuff we've picked up over the summer. This has been a very fruitful summer for me once again. I feel like this past year has been very fruitful when it comes to my collecting. My Masters of the Universe collection is ever growing. The movie stuff is incredible. We'll get to that here today as well. But as you guys can also see, we are in a little venue over here. So this is my Marvel section of my collection. It's relatively small, mainly Iron Man and a couple Wolverines here now and again. But this is where I put mostly all of my Marvel stuff is in this corner. Um, I do have a kind of like a amalgamation corner here in the back. We have the DC corner right here on the side next to me with the Superman stuff. But I also recently went to Barnes and Noble, and we're going to talk about this right now. Excuse me, because it's here. I have a new tripod, and that is what's currently holding the phone. And it's got a really good base. I can take this around with me for hunting videos. Um, Very excited. This is really cool. I've been wanting this kind of tripod for recording for the longest time. I now have one, and I can finally continue to work on things for this channel that I want to do, and I'm very excited about that. But here nor there, welcome again to Summer Series 2026 Part 3. I am also on a huge high today. I went and saw Spider-Man Brand New Day at 8:30 in the morning, and to give context, I did not sleep at all last night. I got home from work, and it was a really good day for me to get home from work early. I could go lay down, relax, and great for the morning. I couldn't sleep. The reviews were too good. My brother couldn't stop talking about it. Dylan from Weekend Movie Bros and Jacob was here, and he saw it last night at 11, and he couldn't shut up about it. So I was so excited about today, and it did not disappoint. No spoilers here, but go see Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is one of the best MCU movies we've had probably since, I would say, like I really like this current direction we've been going so far with the latter half of this phase. Captain America was not my favorite, unfortunately. Fantastic Four continues to grow on me for some reason. I really like that movie the more and more I watch it, and I am a huge proprietor of Thunderbolts. I think it's the best modern MCU movie we've had in the past 7 years. But this is far and away my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I think it's better than No Way Home. No Way Home, I think, will always have that important impact in my life of seeing everybody together for the first time. But as a Spider-Man film, I think ignore the fly. I think Destin Daniel Cretton and Tom really knew what they wanted to do with the character for this movie, and it showed. Tremendous film. I can't wait to go watch it again. We are looking at times for tomorrow and for Wednesday, but it's just so hard to get tickets right now because everybody's got that FOMO to go see Spider-Man, and I'm so happy that Spider-Man continues to be that character that we use to elevate other superheroes. And Doomsday just got a huge push because of this movie, huge push. So it's very exciting. I would love to sit down with Jake. I want to talk to him, and I would love to sit down with him and talk about this movie. We haven't done that in a while, but I feel like this is a film that can urge discussion. But enough about that. I saw Spider-Man today. I got the tumbler from Cinemark. It's really nice. It's a really nice tumbler. So that'll become my new regular cup for work. Very excited for that. But it's over there. But I really want to focus on this stuff. So we will go in order of the pieces that came in throughout the past month from July into August, because today is August 1st, so this is the official last month of summer. And so earlier, I believe at the mid June, mid mid June or early July, I got this Lego set. I'm a huge Lego builder, and one of my favorite games of all time is Legend of Zelda. And I missed out on the Deku Tree. I did not want to miss out on another one, and I got the final battle from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This was such a fun build, really easy to do. Ganondorf was a lot of fun to build. The minifigure collection in this pack is very very nice. I like that they call a 1x1 circle stud minifigure, but that's Navi. They got Zelda, you got Link, and you got Ganondorf. And the Ganondorf figure in particular, him and Zelda, I think, are the best looking of the three. Link looks great. The shield printing looks really good, but I think Ganondorf and Zelda really steal the show in this set. And this is the iconic final battle from the end of Ocarina of Time. Kind of ironic that we're also getting the remake of that this year, so I feel like a full circle moment with this. So very happy with that set. It's upstairs on display. Some of my Lego sets are now like throughout the house. Like I keep all my One Piece stuff down here because I just think it looks all good together. But like I have a Lego buildable minifig version of Darth Vader upstairs. R2D2's up there, and I just think aesthetically it looks nice around the living room for me. The piece after that would have probably been these guys. So I am also not as avid anymore. I just haven't found the right way to get back into collecting them, and that's Transformers. I really like the Blockies collection that I've gathered up, and they have new waves of comics to games. So I will definitely end up probably fixing that and adding them to the little shelf that I've got going on for them. But I have not been collecting a lot of either Studio Series, the new Masterpieces, Age of the Primes. I still love Transformers as a brand. Optimus Prime is still one of my favorite characters of all time. But I just don't like collecting the robots. It's an expensive hobby for the most of Hasbro's endeavors. And so I have found ways to collect these characters that are easier for me to buy, and they are convenient for me. Blockies is that right now for me in Marvel and Transformers. I love everything Blockies is doing right now with their brands. But there is a Korean TV show called Metal Cardbot, and we have had figures coming in and out of comics to games for a while now, and I've been recommending these things like crazy. So, back, I want to say 3 weeks ago, I went to comics to games with my little sister, and I was contemplating getting the DC stuff again for the first time, and instead I went ahead and I got 3 of the Metal Carbots. And I'll let you know up front, what you see here is what I'm going to have. I don't have an intention to continue these. It's just because it's not hard, it's hard to collect. And so I am just sticking with the 3 I have, and they represent all 3 scales, so it doesn't bother me as much. But we're going to start with the smallest and work our way up. So I did also watch the first episode of this cartoon, and whoo-wee, it's a bad show. Just the translation from Korean to English is just atrocious. But what's not atrocious are well, that's not true. There are some aspects about these figures I do not like, and I like how much they are committed to the whole having the ratchets and stuff very much, but at some point it just feels like they ratcheted for the sake of ratcheting. But here is what I would call their deluxe size. This is Blue Cop. Let me finish off the transformation. There we go. This is Blue Cop. As you can clearly see, a lot of the car ends up on the back. I wish these panels right here had somewhere else to go. Like, I have been inverting them, and let me show you what I mean. It's easier to do this one and then do this one. So like I've been inverting them like that to kind of give like a trench coat vibe, but like even that, there's just too much junk linking off that trunk, unfortunately. And this is part of the transformation to put these wheels up. I leave these down. I think it gives more girth to the actual legs. I think that looks better. I think the actual head sculpt for the piece looks pretty good. I think the paint looks really nice, and where they use the transparent plastic and such, I think looks good. But again, it's a simple robot, but it's easy to go back and forth for conversion, and so this is a fun one. My little sister really likes Blue Cop. My favorite of the 3 I thought would be the big guy, but it's not. It is their Voyager-sized robot, and this is orange guy, we'll call him, because I don't remember this one's name at all. Mega Trucker or something along those lines. And so, like, aesthetically, this is appealing. I like how this looks. Nice, big, boxy robot. However, the joint right here, this joint right here, this long line is on a ratchet, but it is on a super loose one. Like, so it clicks there, and then it clicks there. There's no click in the middle, so his front, like, so his top side is very, very loose. His arms, when you look at them from the side, they look fine. When you look at him from straight on, he's got like the thinnest little rectangles of arms and the chonkiest of leg. So like you get like your back and forth on ratchets and in and out. No thigh rotation at all on this guy, but that's how much as knee you get. Now, if you move this piece out, then you get a full range of 90. So, like the articulations here, he is in a permanent A stance just because how the feet were molded. He doesn't come with weapons. They all come with these little cards, but he is the only one that does not come with a proper weapon to wield. Like even Blue Cop has a gun on his side of his leg that he can use, and the other one comes with a sword, but he doesn't come with anything. And I think that's a shame because there are so many like little ports everywhere on this guy. He's got 5mm ports here in the hand, but they don't even fit the right guns. So I say all that, and he's still my favorite. I just think aesthetically he looks like a nice chunky robot. But that's here nor there. So that's Mega Trucker. And then here's the big guy. This is what I would probably consider to be like their leader class scale of robot, and that would be this is Metal Carbot Iron Lung, I believe is what his name is at the top of my head. And when you look at this guy dead on, like that is a cool looking robot. I think he looks very cool, nice and heavy. He does not have elbows. Like, I mean, he does, but doesn't. Like, that's as far as they bend. Nothing at the wrist. He's got lower, below the knee rotation. And you've got a little under 90 degrees of bend. And nothing at the feet. Head's on a really nice ball joint. And then the arms can go in and out and then rotate. But the way they're located, the arm doesn't look nice when you rotate it. Like, it's got really good, like, a decent in and out, but nothing at the wrist either, and you technically have a butterfly joint. So like it has articulation, and aesthetically it looks nice, but he's supposed to be a villain in the show, I guess, and this doesn't scream villain to me, in my opinion. Granted, I've only watched 2 episodes of the show, one episode by myself and one episode with my little sister, and we both agreed it's just not worth it. And so, I don't know where this is going to go, but they are with my robots because they are robots, but that's where they stay. So Metal Carbots happened, and then when that happened, we went to Walmart, and you guys saw the the Wolverine and who else did I get from there? It was Wolverine. No, I got who were the 2 that I got from Walmart? Because Spider-Man was at Comics to Games. Deadpool and Spider-Man, and then Wolverine and Iron Man were the ones I got from Walmart. And so they're upstairs. But that same day, we were at Walmart. I finally picked up the Blu-ray copy of DC Studios Superman, my favorite event movie of last year. This year's gonna be really hard to pick, but my favorite event movie last year being Superman, and so I finally owned that guy on the Blu-ray. Very happy to have a physical copy of that film that I can always go back to and watch if I want to. It's very nice. From there, we went to Barnes and Noble, and I I got the tripod, and because I love this movie so much, I wanted a physical copy of the actual story. I got this beautiful copy of the Iliad and the Odyssey from Homer, and like this thing just shines. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Nice, thick book. I haven't bought a book in years, but this looks too nice, and I wanted something representing the Odyssey on my shelf for the movie, and so this was obviously the way to go. Was just to get the story that it's based on, and I love it, love it. It's a nice, thick book. Um, but within that week as well, I did get the next Chronicles figure. Now, we do know everything that came out from San Diego Comic Con. There will be a video going up sometime this week regarding and talking about. I did shoot the video already, but I want to kind of go over it again in a little bit more detail because now I have more information regarding that figure set. And but we also know about Jimbro Skeletor. Within the past couple months, we've gotten the $50 2-pack of He-Man Skeletor from Mattel Creations. Just because you change the color of some weapons doesn't make it worthy of being a bot to me. Because I already have the figures and I love them already. They don't need to have like the purpleized version of the Havoc staff. I'm not that too worried about it. But I did have this figure on pre-order through Big Bad Toy Store, and then I saw that Comics to Games got in her Ram Man and another repack issue of He-Man, and so I canceled my pre-order over on Big Bad, and I went to Comics to Games, and I got Motu Chronicles Tila from the movie. And again, I cannot sing the praises of this line enough. I think Mattel is going in the right direction when it comes to their 6-inch scale action figures. I was very excited to see what they show at Toy Fair going into next year to see what the DC figures are going to look like for them. Because if they're anything like Chronicles, we are in for such a treat as active collectors of 6-inch style action figures. They are the Chronicles line is probably my favorite line of this year so far. Everything I've collected at this point, between blockies, between the Hot Toys I've been collecting here recently, which is insane. I've been getting a lot of those lately, and I'm going to continue to do that because I finally found where I want my niche to be with them. And obviously Origins, but I think Chronicles, the two movie lines, Chronicles and Core, really took me by surprise, and I am very much enjoying collecting both of them. I don't know what Core will become after the movie stuff is done. Because of them doing the refresh for Origins again, I feel like Core will finish out the stuff with the movie, and then Core will go away, and then Origins will go right back to being that kids line again because it'll be in mass retail for like whatever this is going to be. We really don't know much about what it's going to entail to be. I do have thoughts on it, but I think everything from Chronicles that got shown in San Diego this year was just incredible. Cannot wait. We'll talk more about every single thing that got announced during Mattel's panel. We'll go over all the figures and stuff, but to say again, I love Chronicles, and as my first female figure in the line, they did not skimp. They did not give her any less articulation than the guys do. And the only thing that she is missing, but I mean, if you work in there, it's there. And like it's not like super seamless, and that would be the butterfly joint. I really wish they would have given her butterflies. But everything else is super smooth. These feel good in the hand. They look great. Aesthetically, they're very pleasing. And again, that head sculpt for Camila Mendez looks terrific. I have her long-haired head sculpt on my Core Tila because I really liked her hair up during that scene in the movie when they're on the bridge fighting Beastman. And, oh boy, man, that Beastman looks good. Beastman looks great. Evil Lyn looks great. Like, we now have, like, an idea of the last couple of figures we're going to get this year for Chronicles, and I'm so excited about them. But from her, we got the last two pieces were on the same day. I got one while I was at Comics and Games, and one was shipped to me. And so we're gonna do that one first and leave the last one and leave the other guy for last. So this guy right here, I have been seeing reviews on. People have been praising this figure, saying it's one of the best Origin releases of the year, and I have my thoughts because I Origins is what got me into He-Man, and so I will give every figure that they put out a shot. Whether it be, all the way from the current orange stuff we're getting to the older stuff. Like, I'll always give this line a shot because it's my favorite line to collect. And when I saw this guy get teased, I was like, so now they're going to pay off the card art, back art for Hero, or if I'm going to get the figure. And he feels good. However, I do have some issues regarding some of the ways they designed this figure, and that would be the Taroton, which is the Preternia demon that lurks in this maze. And once again, the comic book was not good. I did not particularly enjoy this comic book that came with Taroton. And like, here's the thing, like, aesthetically, he looks really good. Like, it's a giant four-armed monster to give to your He-Man people to fight. And like, this guy can be on any side because he does not have like a given statue of any. He doesn't have. Excuse me. He does not have a given team he's on, so he can really be for anybody. But he does not have loose legs. He does not. His legs are nice and sturdy. However, he has got the loosest neck known to man, and it's got to be, so like, it uses the same ball peg system that we've been seeing on Origins for years now. But when you look at the actual neck, I don't think it is shallow enough to really hold the head into place, because you also have, you can take, I believe you can, yeah, you can take the Taroton off of this. Now, because of that, you can also still use that ball joint in the neck and make your Taroton look smaller, which is interesting. But they really want you to use this neck. And when you look at the peg for the neck compared to the peg for this neck, like, since this is static, the only thing that moves on this is the head and the neck. And is it cool that we got basically a double ball peg system for this guy's articulation for the helmet and the head? Sure. But when you click this on, like, you hear it click, but there's just so much room in there to give anything that this head, unfortunately, is just too heavy for the joint that it's on. Now, you could fix this with acrylic liner. You could fix this with nail polish remover. Make that a little bit more stiff. Super glue, you can make that a little bit more stiff. Then put it back on the head, and it wouldn't do what it does. But for right now, for the example, I just think they gave the peg, I think, too much room. If they would have shrunk down the neck just a little, I don't think it'd be that big of an issue. There are pieces on this that have been used quite recently within any version of the Motu line. So like, if you've gotten mutated He-Man, these arms right here are from mutated He-Man with those instead of being silver, they're now gold. I know that these hands have been used with another figure already. The base belt right here is from the Krang figure, which makes him so tall. He's also using the Andre the Giant body up top to mimic him being taller. The hooves, I believe, are brand new sculpt. The calf is not, though. I believe the hooves are. So, like, when you look at this, like, if we take off the arms right here. Actually, no, we're going to do it the other way. If you take off these arms right here, now granted you have two giant holes. Like, even without those two extra arms, you give this guy the Motu head, or the head for Goatman. Like, this could be the Origins Goatman body. honestly, like, and I love how like lanky this figure is when you take off the extra arms. And is it cool to be that we have a body system that has four separate joints for the use of arms? Yes, but we've also been getting this body a lot here lately when guarding like Multibot and Hordak. And so there is stuff about this figure I very appreciate. It's nice having another non like existing Eternian character and having a pre-Eternian character to go with Eternia. So that's really nice. But I have to say the hype did not live up to me. This is probably the weakest figure in my collection to me would be this guy. Visually he's awesome, but I think there were too many either backtracks or hidden ways to get around the budget of the figure for using the extra parts, and the neck really does hurt this figure because that neck is just the loosest thing in the world compared to the actual head sculpt, which is not. That neck is just too loose on that ball, unfortunately. He does come with this random weapon right here, and it's very cool. It's a giant battering ram, and it just attaches to the hand. I think the silver around those eyes makes it really pop. But that's Tarotan. He's fine. Um, I feel like I just got him to still be part of the it crowd, like with creations, because I skipped Gray, and I skipped him for the same reason I almost skipped him, was because that I don't know, like it's a nice chunky figure, and for like $40, you get a lot of figure for 40. Not a lot of accessories, but a big figure. Now I said all that to say this: when you look at a Hot Toys figure, you're paying for what you're getting. And this guy right there, this is my absolutely gorgeous. You guys have seen him in videos already, but this is my absolute gorgeous Mark V from Iron Man 2. I absolutely adore this piece. This is one of my favorite figures in my collection, and it's very nice to have him have a display. The other guy over here, this is the Titan Heroes Iron Man from like 20. Oh man, I want to say like 2019. I figured he would have something on him. But this is my Titan. This was for the longest time the biggest Iron Man figure I had until the Mark V happened. But he's a placeholder right now until I get the next Iron Man figure I want to put within this display. But I bet you're wondering what this little piece of cardboard is. Well, that goes to my newest acquirement in the Hot Toy area. And Iron Man is my favorite character in the MCU, Spider-Man being a close second, and Captain America being third. Those are my top three characters in the MCU. And my favorite movies are all from those three specific heroes, being Iron Man, Winter Soldier, and now Brand New Day. All three being my favorite versions of the characters. Ragnarok being my favorite Thor movie. But I've got Iron Man. You need a Tony to go with your Iron Man. So I got this at a heck of a discount at Comics to Games because it was pre-owned. But this is the Hot Toys Iron Man Mech Test Deluxe Edition from the first Iron Man film. And I absolutely adore this figure. This is one of, if not my favorite pieces of the year. Easy in contention for figure of the year for me until I get any other Hot Toys going into this year. But I mean, words don't describe how good this figure looks. Let me take him off the stand here for a second. Get him situated. Ah, there we go. That's locked into place now. That's nice. Words don't describe how much I love this figure. I mean, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt. I mean, we're gonna, you guys are gonna come in pretty close to my face. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He looks incredible. He looks incredible. Simply incredible. There's a switch here on the back that turns on the arc reactor. You've also got his repulsor arms that work via this little battery pack right here on the side. And then you've got like the boots. He looks incredible. He looks so good. And again, it is nice having a Tony to go with the rest of the display. And he comes with this really awesome backdrop that goes with the stand. And you put that in that little triangle and you have him, I can have him displayed with his armor, which again is a very cool thing. So I have mine kind of getting ready to do the test for the first time. So like I have like his torso up like that, his head down, and that's how I have him currently on the display. And then if I want, I can turn on the light. And then this just slides in so gracefully. Get Iron Man here positioned correctly. Get that on the chest so I can actually get that, turn that off. We're gonna attach that to the chest back there. And then that's how he looks in the display. And then the other little piece that you get with that set that I absolutely love is you get Dummy. And he has the fire extinguisher that he uses to put him out after he does the first test with the Mark II, which I think is really cool. I absolutely adore this figure. I've been really wanting a civilian style Iron Man figure for the display, and I finally got him, and he looks terrific. But all that being said, that is Summer Series 2026 in the books. We are finally at the end of this journey, and look, am I going to say that this has probably been, has this been the most fruitful Summer Series we've done in the past 2 or 3 years we've been doing this? No. I still think 2023 is my most fruitful year when it comes to collecting figures. That was the year Transformers Rise of the Beast came out. That's when Orko happened. That's when a lot of the big pieces in my Motu collection happened. And so, does it match that? No. But in the 3 years since that happened, this is better than this is on par with what happened last year. Last year I had Superman with McFarlane, and then we got other figures along the way that are no longer part of the collection because I needed the room to put figures I actually want in the collection into the collection. This has been a very, very interesting summer series this year. I am usually pretty consistent about putting out the parts, but circumstances and things in the family life have happened in July that really pushed this video off from being made for a while. I've tried shooting this video 3 times, and I've just never been in the right mindset, but tonight was the night to do it. And that's Summer Series 2026 in the books. We will be back doing haul videos here probably between end of September, early October, I'm thinking. I've got a lot to catch up on involving certain things, and so I don't want to start collecting figures until I'm ready to start working on that and getting things ready for that. So, with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching Summer Series 2026. I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did, and like, rate, subscribe, hit the comment section down below. Let me know what your favorite purchase of the summer was and what you're looking forward to in the future for 2026. We know we're getting Evil in this year, and we definitely know we're getting Beastman this year. I think those are the last 2 big Chronicles figures that we're getting this year, besides creation figures that they put them out. But on the calendar, we know both Beastman and Evelyn are this year. So very excited to add those to the Chronicles collection. I love how big that's getting already, and we will discuss the SDCC stuff in a future video. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.